Well, it will be Star Wars Part 2, but will Tom Brady's Empire strike back against those big bad New York Giants? We'll find out in Super Bowl 46. Hello and thanks for joining us. I am Maria Sorreo, joined by Will Lupartis. And Will, a lot of exciting things to talk about, including who's going to the Super Bowl this year.
That's right. And coming up a little later on the show, we're going to hear a lot from the Clippers and the Lakers.
We definitely are. There's been a lot going on with these two teams. It's been very interesting in the last few days. And your favorite segment is back, Will.
The Clipper Spirit Dance Girls.
The Clipper Spirit Dance Girls. We'll meet two of them a little bit later in the show. Now, also Clayton Kershaw is back in the news. We've got a lot going on here.
Well, that's right.
A lot going on.
And we're going to talk a little bit about the Lakers, who started out hot.
And now they're in a little bit of a slump. But
Kobe Bryant was hitting 40 points like a few games in a row.
He was. And now they've lost 3 in a row. And the Clippers will be playing them again Wednesday night. And I don't care what any of those guys say, because I have asked them. This is a battle, and this is now turning into a rivalry. I understand a rivalry usually goes on for years and years and years, but I really think that this is turning into a rivalry.
Yeah. Well, a lot of Laker people, and if you're a Laker fan, you're not going to give the Clippers any respect yet.
No, they're not.
Not until there's a championship. Probably not until there's like 5 or 10
rings,
Clipper championships.
Because Kobe said he'd rather have the jewelry, and I kind of can relate to that a little bit. So.
But that's an unusual thing happening in Los Angeles with the Clippers. They're
They're
leading the Pacific
Lakers.
Division.
Right.
And
they beat them twice in the preseason, which, everybody will say it doesn't matter. It's a preseason game. But then they beat them 2 weeks ago, and now they're going to take them on again Wednesday night. Of course, it's the Lakers' floor this time.
Right.
So the Clippers are the away team. Technically, they'll sit on the other side of the bench. But, between Blake Griffin, CP3, DeAndre Jordan, that team has emerged a little stronger than, Kobe Bryant, who is playing out of his mind, but he needs help. And on any given night, it seems like Andrew Bynum and Pau Gasol are either they're there or they're not there.
Well, what I think is happening with this team is that they're coming together. They're a group of guys that have been kind of constructed quickly.
Correct.
Reggie Evans coming as a free agent, Caron Butler coming, obviously the Chris Paul trade.
Right.
And these guys are just Chauncey Billups on the amnesty clause. And they just happen to, I think, be really, to be really cohesive, and they're playing well together. And Chris Paul has recently been out with a sore foot for about 5 games, and I think he's going to come back and start for the Clippers on Wednesday against the Lakers.
Everybody's talking about CP3 coming to the Clippers, but I have got to tell you, Chauncey Billups has emerged as this leader in the locker room. He's amazing. He brings a certain sense of calm, I think, to all the other players. Where there's a lot of young guys on the team. Let's face it, and they get very excited for a big win. And you know what? Every game, they're sort of like saying the Lakers are as important as the Timberwolves or as important as the Nuggets. And I think that's kind of a mature way to think.
Chauncey's a quiet leader.
He
won an NBA championship in Detroit as the point guard, was the finals MVP. He knows what it takes to win. He's got that kind of sixth sense of, getting down to the line. He hit a buzzer beater against the world champion Dallas Mavericks.
Amazing.
Didn't quite beat the buzzer, but it won, it won the game against Dallas, and that was when Chris Paul was sitting out. So Chauncey and Mo Williams, you can't forget.
And Mo, absolutely.
There's plenty of guards in that backcourt that can, take over if any given point guard has to sit out.
Yeah.
And we still have an Eric Bledsoe that we haven't even seen this season.
Exactly. And speaking of Chauncey's big three-pointer that he hit, we had a chance to talk to Chauncey after the game. Let's take a look.
Chauncey, hitting those threes like you did at the end of the game, the free throws, especially when LeBron was struggling, just talk about that.
Well, in the NBA, when you got two good teams, it's a lot of times going to come down to free throws and being able to make them at critical times. And, that last play of the game, Blake was willing, Dillon, and they kind of doubled him. He made an unbelievable find and finding me at the top. And Bron tried to contest, hit me a little bit late, and it's easy. Those are easy shots for me, to go down and hit them. So I'm intense out there, but at the same time, I'm pretty much even keel at all times. And I think some of the guys kind of pull some confidence from that. That's a big part of the game, man, free throw shooting. That's something that I've taken very seriously since I was a kid. And it wins or loses games a lot of nights, man.
What is it that you do that's different than almost anybody else? Because you are so much better than almost anyone.
Free throws?
Yeah.
Well, I practice a lot. And just repetition, repetition. And I shoot them all the time, and, I just feel like I shoot my free throws in the fourth quarter for the game like I would in the first quarter. I don't change anything. I don't put pressure on myself. I just take my time and shoot them.
And Will, in addition to Chauncey being so great, the crazy man, Reggie Evans, is unbelievable. People are chanting for him now.
Yeah, we're getting the Reggie.
Yes.
And I asked him about that. This guy is, well, Blake Griffin calls him the defensive gargoyle.
Yeah, I was calling him the defensive animal, but close enough.
Means.
Because he gets up like a wah, when he's on the court, and he's a little bit crazy, but we like that in a good way.
He's the, for lack of a better way to put it, he's the Dennis Rodman that like every team needs. He is just out there to get rebounds. He plays defense. He actually had a moment where he had the basketball, no one between him and the basket, and he passed it out.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any interest in scoring.
No interest in scoring at all.
But he can get 15 rebounds if he's out there long enough. And we had a chance to talk to him in the locker room as well.
We did.
So it's gonna be fun. COVID being hot. They've been doing real good at home, so they got a whole different style now with Mike Brown and stuff. So it's gonna be fun. So I'm no COVID, pretty much looking forward to it and stuff, knowing how the preseason game went, a lot of hype with that, so kind of carry on to this. I'm pretty sure he's going to try to go for 40 again,
You never know who's going to show up in the Clippers locker room, that is for sure. Reggie's a good guy.
Great guy to have on your team, for sure. Now, when we come back, we're going to have more from the Lakers and Clippers. You are watching Playing the Field.
Hi, I'm Deputy Chris Knox. I'm here to remind you of the importance of sharing the road. If you are driving, watch out for motorcycles. They can be hard to see.
When you ride a motorcycle, always make sure to wear full reinforced safety gear, including a jacket, long jeans, boots, gloves, and a DOT-approved helmet.
There are 4 components to a DOT-compliant motorcycle helmet: a DOT sticker, a metal D-ring clasp, an inch of padding, and a manufacturer's label.
If you need more information regarding motorcycle safety gear, make sure to check out your local motorcycle dealer or the Motorcycle Safety Foundation.
When we follow these rules, we can all share the roads safely. This message is brought to you by the City of Rancho Palos Verdes and the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
All right, we're here with Mo Williams. Mo, that was quite a game for you out there. Just talk about what was going through your mind.
Same thing go to my mind every game. Just go out and just, give it my all. Play with my heart. You're gonna have some games like this. You're gonna have some games you wish you never went out on the floor. Obviously, you want more games like this, more so than not. But got another one Friday. That's the nature of this business. You can't, really celebrate too much off a win or a loss. So, like I said, it's no different from a game like this. You sit back and kind of, rest on your roll behind. The basketball guys will come and talk to you. So you got to continue to just work. Continue to do the things you got to do to stay healthy and stay upbeat and be able to give these performances.
Something that we're seeing as time goes on is that everybody's really, stepping up in different games, and tonight was your night to do that.
Well, I think it's a thing, in this league, play so many games. This is third game of, back-to-back-to-back. And, after watching those guys, yesterday, I know it's going to be tough on them today. So just wanted to come out and give some energy to them. I sat and watched the last 2 games while those guys was out there busting their behind. So I felt like I wanted to come out and give them a lift tonight, give them some energy. And I'm glad I was able to do that.
And you know what, Will, I have to admit, Mo Williams has been one of the best trades we ever made because Baron Davis is gone, and we have Mo Williams, who is such a positive player and just so positive in that locker room, and he's had some big games.
He's using, again, unfortunately, Paul sitting out for a few games. Mo Williams has taken advantage of it, had a 27-point game, 25-point game.
Crazy.
he got worked up against the Timberwolves, got ejected.
He did.
The other night, and then he had more than 20 points this past weekend.
You know, what I like what they're doing is they're definitely spreading the ball around, and all the players, no selfish players, everybody's getting kind of their night to shine, which is really nice.
And you need that. And any team that wins, you have to have somebody who is kind of the unexpected hero.
That's right.
To confuse the defense.
Now, the expected hero every night is Kobe Bryant, of course. I mean, he's had, multiple 40-plus point games.
Yeah.
He's amazing. I mean, really, anytime Kobe makes a shot from the floor, even in difficult positions, you always know he's going to make the shot. I've never seen anybody really do what he does on the floor.
He's
amazing.
Pretty good at basketball.
Very good.
I've noticed about Kobe.
I think he's got to be the best player in the NBA. I mean, no argument. No argument.
I won't put that argument up,
Okay.
especially not in Los Angeles.
But if he was out of Los Angeles, that could be a whole different story.
Kobe Bryant is spectacular to watch.
He is spectacular to watch.
Yeah.
But the Lakers have some trouble. They are definitely on a slide. Now, do you think it's because they're moving into a different offensive style and a different defensive style?
Yeah.
We've played, 13 games in? I know it's a shortened season, but they have to figure it out pretty quickly here.
Yeah, the Lakers,
They do.
at this point, they're around a 20-game team. So I think their age is, with the season kind of truncated, shortened,
Yes.
they're going to get tired quicker than a lot of the younger teams. However, they know what it takes to win.
They do.
They have a new coach. There's so many variables with the Lakers.
There really are.
And plus, there's so much trade talk, and I think that can get into their psyche a little bit, because Pau Gasol, Andrew Bynum, they're on the trade block. There's a chance they could not be a Laker at the end of the season. So what do you think about that? Is Dwight Howard going to be a better fit than either one of those guys?
Here's the thing. If I knew that I was on the trading block, okay, or I might be traded, I would play my butt off every single night. And that's something that I'm not really seeing from Andrew Bynum and from Powell. I thought I would see a lot more of it, and we really haven't. So I think with Dwight Howard kind of looming, and I still think there's a very good chance he's going to go to the Lakers. I don't know who they'll give up or how they'll make that trade, but don't they sort of have to make this trade? It's not working with the unit they have now.
I think if they want Dwight Howard,
They'll get him.
well, they're going to push for him.
Yes.
I just don't know if Orlando thinks Bynum is an acceptable.
Well, I don't think it's going to
trade
be just
offer.
Bynum, and I don't think they should give away Bynum and Gasol, but I definitely think that it's going to have to be Bynum and someone, or a package of some sort. But what's going to happen if nobody takes Dwight Howard? He's going to leave anyway at the end of the year, and then the Magic get nothing.
I'll tell you what, I think Orlando's doing a great job of not leaking too much and getting a lot of
That's true.
information out. And Orlando's a good team. They just beat the Lakers as
did.
they are right now.
Right.
So a lot of people think that maybe Orlando could make a push in the East. Possibly,
Not pushing it.
possibly compete with Miami and Chicago. Maybe not go to the finals.
No, they're not going to compete with Miami.
But
I don't think so.
I think Orlando believes Dwight Howard might want to stay there. And if that happens, why?
Do you think he wants to stay there?
I think he might. Yes.
I don't think he does. I think he wants to leave. I still think he wants to go to L.A. or New York. He wants to be on the big stage.
Well,
It's not Orlando. How many bets do we have? We have so many bets now.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we need to bet. I'm not going to bet on Dwight Howard coming
to
or
the
going.
Lakers?
I'm not going to bet either way.
All right, I'll think about it. But I think Dwight Howard's coming to L.A. I do. I think he's coming.
Okay.
All right?
Well, shall we
Switching gears.
yeah. Shall we
Switching
switch
gears,
gears?
yeah. So let's get out of that conversation. Okay, how many days is it to spring training, Will?
I'm going to guess like 10. I have no idea. You tell me the exact number it is.
Okay, well, yes, it would be actually, let's see, 33 days, 12 hours, and 45 minutes now? Something like that.
I would trust that. Maria would know.
We're very excited about the Dodgers and the Angels this year, of course. And the Dodgers, as of today, all the bids are in for the new owner. Now, this is a process that's going to be very confusing to a lot of people. Bill Shaken has done an amazing job covering this for the LA Times. He's been at all of the courtroom appearances. He knows everything that's going on with the Dodgers and with the McCourts. And, of course, I'm obsessed with knowing everything that's going on. So we're reading everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing for your team when you hear courtroom appearances too many
I know,
times.
and this one has had just way too many over the last couple of years, unfortunately. But this is going to be exciting. We've got some big name people that want to buy the Dodgers. What has to happen, though, is this has to be approved by MLB. Then it goes back to the bankruptcy court. Then to Frank McCourt. He's got to pick somebody he wants to sell the Dodgers to. Then it goes back to MLB, and they have to approve the final sale. So it's kind of tricky because even though Frank wants the highest bidder, it's going to ultimately go to who MLB approves to be the new owners of the Dodgers.
What she said.
Yes. So
Yeah.
it's a process, but it's not going to be a long process Because, as we have looked in some papers here, Frank McCourt has until April 30th to give Jamie her $131 million, to pay the bankruptcy money. So in total, it's about a little under $1 billion that Frank McCourt just owes out. And then, of course, he's going to want some money to put in his pocket as well.
So he'll make a little bit.
He'll make a little bit of money.
Make a little bit.
We've heard Mark Cuban say that he's not going to pay more than $1 billion for the team. Yeah. We've also heard Frank say that it's going to be worth up to $1.5 billion. So we're talking about a $500 million discrepancy. He's going to have to make a decision pretty quickly, I think.
Yeah. Well, McCourt is going to go for the kind of financial situation that is best suited for him. But I don't know if MLB is going to feel the same way. So he's like, we talked about before the show, I think he's going to have to make kind of a strategic decision and not maybe a personal decision.
That's right.
Just to expedite this process, or he might lose all control, like probably MLB wants to happen. They want to get that out of his hands as quick as possible, is the truth of the matter.
That's very true. So it's going to be very interesting to see. I mean, so many people want to buy the Dodgers. Of course, it's one of the most storied franchises in sports ever, anywhere, and everybody wants it. So, only one person's going to get it, though. That's what's going to be exciting to find out.
Yeah. Well, let's tell them some of the people if they don't know, like Joe Torre, Mark Cuban, the man who started, Oracle.
Yes, he's in the
Northern
mix.
California. Larry Ellison.
Peter O'Malley, Shamrock Holdings. There's a lot of corporate people that want it. Time Warner, Fox Sports, the Disney family is interested in buying the Dodgers. So there's just a whole realm of people that
there's no shortage of entities who want to purchase the team.
No, we've heard of billionaires who we've never heard of before come out of the woodwork, and they want to buy the Dodgers, but I think they have a very small percentage.
Pet food executives.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking for it, but we'll see. It's only going to be 10 that get to bid, right?
That's right. 10
and then
people.
there's going to be one, hopefully.
Did you put your bid in, Will?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, you forgot? Well, you've got till 5 o'clock, so when we're done, you probably should run over to Dodger Stadium and
I'm heading right
leave
down
it
Dodger
off,
Stadium.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I can make some kind of offer, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think you could figure something out. All right, and on a very positive note, we had a chance to catch up with Clayton Kershaw and his wife, Ellen. They have written a book called Arise. It's about their time in Africa, the things they put together. They're an amazing couple. They've got it. They're 23 and 24 years old, as Clayton reminded us the other day. They're so grounded, and it's just amazing to visit with them. It really is.
Yeah, they're nice to be around. You can tell they have a genuine care and desire to want to help others, and they took their efforts to Africa, and it seems like what they did was really helpful to a small group over there, but for two people, I think they've done a whole lot.
They certainly have, and they want to, of course, share it with everybody. We had a chance to catch up with them. Let's take a look.
I think when you're first coming up, all you want to do is just stick around. You're going to do everything you can to perform well and get to be able to have a spot here. And then, from there, you'd be able to give more and give more outreach, give more time to that stuff. And I think that's definitely huge. And at the same time, no matter where you're at, I think that's important too. So, it's twofold for sure.
What was it like, the experience writing the book with your sister?
It was amazing. I mean, she knows our story and our voice better than anyone. And so Clayton and I got to sit down, and we basically pulled out the meat of the book, and we kind of told her what stories we wanted to be in it and what themes we wanted to portray. So she kind of made the outline of it, and then Clayton and I went back and got to add our voices into it and make sure it sounded like it was coming from us. And but it has been an amazing experience getting to write it with her. We also realized that we've been given this story for a reason, and that it's important to tell others about it. And if it can encourage young people to make a difference wherever they are, whether it's in high school or college or whatever their purpose may be, then we think that that's completely worth it to put ourselves out there like that.
Baseballs do you leave over there?
I took 20 this week, and I brought one home. So, yeah, left them all over there. They get pretty dirty over there, so it was good.
And I can tell you that both Ellen and Clayton Kershaw are very excited to go to spring training, as am I. It's getting closer.
That's right.
Can't wait to go. We have some very exciting news for our viewers. You can get your own copy of Arise. We're going to start a new segment here on Playing the Field. Will, tell them about it.
Well, they gave us enough extra copies of Arise. We want to give you some, but what you guys have to do as Playing the Field viewers is we want you to write in your questions for Dodgers, Clippers, Lakers,
and Angels. That's right.
any players for those teams.
Yes, we will go there.
Kobe's kind of hard.
Kobe's a little hard, but we'll go to the games as we always do, go behind the scenes and ask your question on air to the player. And if we select your question, you will get a copy of the book Arise. I'm excited about this. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, it's a free book. So give us some good questions. Give us some questions that you want to know about your favorite players for any of your local Los Angeles teams.
That's right. It'll be a lot of fun. All right. And finally, we are going to talk about the Super Bowl 46, which is a rematch of Super Bowl 42, sort of. It's the Giants and the Patriots. You know, Will, I think that these two Giant and Patriot teams are not quite as good as the ones that played 4 years ago. I think that there's some differences. They're getting a little older, but you can't knock down the fact that Tom Brady is a brilliant quarterback. Eli Manning is getting better and better. But the defenses, I think they're a little bit suspect.
I think you're right. I agree with you. I think the defenses have maybe
declined a little bit.
They're not as good as what we saw in the 07-08 Super Bowl.
Right.
But yeah, Brady is a little older.
Yeah, but he's brilliant.
And better.
Yeah, he is.
And Eli might be peaking, this might be his quarterback peak, and they both have receivers that can get it done. So I predict a high scoring Super Bowl.
Now, think about this: Eli will be playing in Peyton's house in Indianapolis, like
Big Brother's house.
In Big Brother's house, who would have thought that?
Yeah, I'm sure Big Brother will be there in his own suite.
He will. Yeah, but not down on the field where he maybe thought he was going to be.
No, yeah, he probably wanted to be playing in his home turf. Super Bowl 46.
46. Yes, 46.
But it's going to be little brother Eli taking on the Empire.
The Empire
who
of
he's
Tom
beat
Brady
before. So
and
like
Bill
you said,
Belichick.
We'll see if the Empire can strike back and get the Giants.
Now, since Will and I are so good at making predictions, I think that we should predict who we think is going to win the Super Bowl. But first, Will, who did you think was going to win the Super Bowl at the beginning of the season?
Well, because we're such good friends, Maria, I picked the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, I love you. You're so great.
Yeah, but
I love that.
But
realistically, who did you think was going to win?
The Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, I think so.
But can I just tell you my Super Bowl prediction?
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
The
New York Giants are going to
I think you're right.
beat the New England Patriots 2 Super Bowls
in a row. Wow. You know what? I have to agree with you. For some reason, and one of my very good reporter friends, Dennis, told me a few weeks ago after they beat the Cowboys, he said, Maria, the Giants are on a roll. And I think he's right. I think the Giants are on a roll.
Yeah.
And I think that they're going to get him. But you know what? The Patriots are going to put up a very good fight because Tom Brady said he still cannot watch Super Bowl 42. Because that loss was just so horrific. So we're going to see what happens. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, I think it's really going to sort of indicate the kind of legend that Tom Brady will go down with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go up or down, however you want to put it. Like Tom Brady's legend will, be dictated in Super Bowl 46 because, if that anger is there, if that disgust for losing
it might come out.
to the New York Giants in a Super Bowl, well, this is his chance to kind of get rid of that, redeem himself,
absolutely,
and get over that hump and win a 4th Super Bowl, which is amazing to do.
Yes.
So you're right; it's going to be a great game. I see a close game, but the Giants, I agree, on a roll.
I think the
no disagreement.
Giants are on a roll. Yeah. Okay. Now, if you want to watch the Super Bowl here at Trump National, you can do that. They always have a great party here. And for more information, you can go to TrumpNationalLosAngeles.com. And this is a fun place to watch a Super Bowl from, no doubt. They're going to have putting contests and giveaways and you learned how to golf this year, so maybe you should come.
I relearned.
You relearned.
And then I forgot again.
Yeah.
But
well, you have a 2 weeks to learn.
But you guys come out for the putting contest.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And the Super Bowl.
For sure.
It's beautiful out here.
That's right. And that will do it for today's show. But coming up on our next show, you're not going to want to miss it. We are going to sit down and go behind the scenes with the D-League, the Los Angeles Defenders basketball team. It's going to be a lot of fun. And as we end the show, we're going to leave you with the first installment of my series of interviews with the Clipper Spirit Dancers. That's right. And enjoy. I'm Maria Sorrell for Will Partis. We'll see you next time. All right, we are here with Katrina from the Clipper Spirit Dance Team. Welcome back for your 3rd year. Thank you so much. All right, so I wanted to know if there was any kind of difference in role changing and changing of the guard. You've been here 2 previous years, right? So what are you doing this year that you haven't in the last 2 years? I think just kind of taking a different initiative this year with the other veteran, Brittany, this her 5th season. We're kind of the captains this year, and we just try to be really good role models for our fellow veterans as well as the rookies, and I also do some choreography as well. And I was wondering, how do you go about selecting it? Do you go out to clubs? Do you listen to a lot of music on the radio? What sort of things inspire you to create your choreography?
In the past, I've actually picked my own music, and of course our director has to approve it. But this year, our director actually picked all of our music, which she's really proud of. So she just kind of gave me a song, and I went with it.
How long does that take you to get a timeout routine together?
I usually put aside like an hour. Like I just dedicate that hour to choreograph it, and I don't leave the house or anything until I finish it. So I just keep playing the song over and over and get in my creative mode, I guess you would say.
It's pretty quick. You're pretty dedicated, it sounds like, to do it in an hour.
Definitely.
Now, I know you guys went to China, or a few of the Clipper Spirit Dance team went to China last spring sometime.
Yes, definitely. That was amazing. And we went to Shanghai and Beijing, and we did a couple promotions as well as performances for, different kids. We did a lot of stuff with NBA out there, and they had a little dunk contest and stuff, so it was a great experience.
And to wrap it up, I just wanted to say, or ask you, you said DeAndre Jordan a couple years ago. Who's the best dancer on the Clippers team now?
I think we're all really good. I think we're all great.
Of the players.
Oh, the players. Who's my favorite player this year?
Best dancer, if you've seen them dance.
I haven't seen him dance. I don't know. I've never seen him dance, so I can't say.
We've seen DeAndre as the only one, and he looked like a good dancer a couple years ago.
He does. He does little routines here and there on the court, funny stuff. But I've never actually seen any of them dance a full routine or anything like that. So.
Okay, we are here with Becca, and Becca, you are a rookie on the Clipper Spirit Dance team.
I am a rookie on the Spirit Dance team this year. I'm very excited. It's already been an amazing experience and year.
That's wonderful. Now, I understand that you, it's not your first year dancing for a pro sports team. You've done NFL?
Yes. I cheered for the NFL, Arizona Cardinals last year. My first year with professional, and then in college I danced for the University of Arizona Wildcats on their palm line. So
that actually reminds me.
Experience.
That reminds me. I saw you from Lincoln, Nebraska. So I was going to ask if you're a Cornhusker, but you actually went to Arizona.
I'm a Cornhusker fan at heart, since I grew up in Lincoln, but I'm a Wildcat fan too, so if I had to say, those are my two top college teams.
So that answers the question. Going to University of Arizona, that's what led you to cheer for and dance for the Arizona Cardinals football team.
Yes, dancing at Arizona gave me the opportunity. Tryouts were during my senior year of college, so I drove down to Phoenix and I tried out for the Cardinals, and I made it. I didn't know if I would. My first year trying out for NFL. I've always wanted to do NBA, so I told myself if I made NFL this year, the next year would be my NBA year.
You've only been doing this, I guess, 6 games or something like that, just a few games. How does the NBA, how does Staples Center relate to being in a big football stadium with 80,000 people? What's the differences?
The difference in NFL, the stadium is huge. It's so big that I feel like you don't feel all eyes on you. Where NBA, you are with the fans. You're up there. You're interacting more with the crowd. You can feel the eyes on you more. You feel more of that celebration and that spirit.
So far, I guess you're loving LA, and I guess you kind of answered the question. You came to LA for the Clippers, is that right?
Yes. I came to LA my goal has always been to try out for the NBA, and I always wanted to try out for the Clippers. I have this thing where red, white, and blue are my colors. My high school, my colors were blue and white. College, my colors were red, white, and blue. And NFL, my colors were red and white. So,
you're all about consistency.
Yeah, so red, white, and blue have always been my good luck go-to colors. So
it's perfect. Well, so far you got a consistent stream going on now. And lastly, I know you do a little baking and cooking. How's that working?
I love to bake and cook. I actually bake almost every Wednesday for a bowling league that I know it sounds crazy. I do it for a bowling league that my boyfriend and all of his friends are in.
So athletics kind of runs in your whole life. It's been going pretty strong. Football, bowling, basketball.
Yeah, I try. Dance has always been my number one. So everything else just kind of falls in place after.